And our first story tonight is about protecting California's most vulnerable kids. That's the goal of a bipartisan bill heading through the state house right now, and it aims to make penalties harsher for people who solicit children for sex. It wants to penalize the act of solicitation, and lawmakers agree this is a worthy cause. But as Becca Habecker shows us, there's disagreement over the details. And just a warning, this story does deal with the difficult topic of child sex abuse.
At 14, I was first sold to men and purchased for sex throughout my teen years. I was lured, tricked, threatened, and forced to use drugs, and at no point or at any age did I choose to be there.
Sandy Esparza shared her story of being sex trafficked as a teen before the California Senate Public Safety Committee this week.
Perhaps the justice ship has sailed for me. I'm okay with that. I'm not here for me. I'm here for them. For the children still out there being bought and sold, feeling afraid and forgotten. Aren't they worthy of protection?
She's advocating for Senate Bill 1414. It would make harsher penalties for people who pay for sex with a minor, whether that sex actually happens or not. It's about penalizing the act of solicitation.
Currently in California, any person who solicits, agrees to engage in, or engages in any act of commercial sex with a minor is charged only with a misdemeanor.
Republican Senator Shannon Grove is the bill's author.
We are not discussing statutory rape or romantic relationships. We're talking about commercial sexual exploitation of children. And I hope we can all agree here today that repeatedly buying children for sex should be considered a felony in the state of California.
She introduced the bill in February along with two Democratic colleagues. Currently, someone convicted of paying for sex with a minor faces a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of 1 year in county jail and a fine of up to $10,000. Though the law right now says someone can spend as few as just 2 days in jail. Grove's bill would make solicitation of a minor a felony with at least 2 years behind bars and a fine of up to $25,000.
This bill is incredibly overbroad, in my opinion.
Democratic Senator Scott Wiener sits on the Public Safety Committee. He and others expressed concerns the bill was so broad it could have unintended consequences.
I think human trafficking, we should be throwing the book at people. This bill will sweep in a lot of people who are not trafficking. This bill will send people to state prison, put people in the sex offender registry, which is basically effectively, in many ways, the end of their life for people, whether or not they're engaged in human trafficking. And again, even if there's no physical contact whatsoever.
Ultimately, against Grove's wishes, the committee amended Senate Bill 1414, approving harsher penalties for people trying to buy sex with teens 15 and under.
To water this down to say that 16, 17-year-olds don't matter.
The amended bill will go on to the Senate Appropriations Committee.
All right, Becca Habecker joins us right now. Becca, we know that Senator Grove, was pretty upset about the changes to her bill.
Yeah, you heard her say she believes this committee watered it down. She even agreed to two of the committee's amendments, hoping to find middle ground, but the committee passed the bill along even with the amendment she didn't like. Now, committee members say for them that is middle ground. Some still have concerns about possible unintended consequences of her bill, but they feel the changes are fair, Alex.
All right, and there are still hurdles for this legislation to be clear before it becomes a law. We will be following it. And Becca, thank you so much.